All right, what's up, guys? In today's video, we're taking a look at the HOLGER-26. As you guys should know, this gun was buffed, like incredibly buffed, something ridiculous they did to this weapon. Basically made all the mobility stats of this weapon and some of the best attachments for it extremely better. So we talk about those buffs as well as the best class setup. There's two different class setups to recommend for Warzone and for multiplayer. They both are very similar but unique due to the fact that Warzone has more health. And then obviously going over a couple of the base stats of the weapon because a lot of you guys probably aren't that familiar with this weapon. This was, I believe, the Season 1 DLC weapon. And obviously you guys should know the base buffs that they did as far as in the most recent patch. They increased the movement speed, they increased the aim down sight time, and they give it a little bit better recoil pattern. You guys will be able to see on the screen right now the difference between before the patch and after the patch as far as the base movement stats. Pre-patch, obviously you guys had a 92% movement speed, which is very good. Fastest for all these rifles. With the update, you got about a 0.5% faster movement speed, which pretty much you're not even going to notice it. The stray speed went from 37 to 41%, which went from upper tier LMG to lower tier AR, which is actually a pretty good improvement. And then your aim down sight went from about 450 milliseconds to 400, which is about a 10% faster. It's definitely an excellent improvement. Aim down sight time is probably one of the biggest factors in my opinion about what makes a gun either good or bad. So it's definitely an excellent improvement. And then the biggest factor is as far as the improvements is pretty much all the sprint out times got improved across the board, as well as the hip fires. These are kind of hard to measure in the game, so I don't have the physical numbers, but I'll showcase something unique about this weapon as far as the hip fire, which is definitely something when you stack a couple of the attachments together, it makes the hip fire absolutely amazing. So as far as the first attachments, the stipple grip and the ultra light barrel, basically both just got improved aim down sight time, which definitely helps out a lot. I don't have the previous stats of both of those before the update and after the update, but you basically got about 5 to 10% improvement on both of them, which the stipple grip helps your sprint out time, which is definitely going to give you a massive improvement on this weapon. We just got a massive improvement to the sprint out time, which is definitely something very good to use on this gun. As far as the other three attachments, just showcase them really quick for you guys. The 30 round mag got a faster sprint out, a faster aim down sight time, a faster movement speed, and a little bit better hip fire. The no stock got a faster sprint out, a faster movement speed, a little bit better hip fire, and a faster sight time. The Spitfire barrel got improved aim down sight time, a faster movement speed, and a little bit better hip fire spread. So we're talking about on the screen, you guys will be able to see, looking at the Spitfire barrel, we're talking about the improvements that it got. You guys can see pre-patch and post-patch. You basically got a 1% faster movement speed, a 5% faster aim down sight time, and a 4% faster stray speed. The stray speed buff is pretty good because if you put that Spitfire barrel on there, you're basically going to go from LMG low-level AR range to actually having one of the fastest stray speeds for all the assault rifles. And your movement speed is going to be going from obviously LMG range to very, very good for assault rifles. So this barrel alone, the buff they gave it is excellent, which is definitely going to make this gun an excellent overall mobility weapon. And then obviously on the screen now, you guys will be able to see with the 30 round mag pre-patch, you guys can see you got about a 3% faster movement speed and about a 10% faster aim down sight time. With the patch, they give it a 2% faster movement speed with a 10% faster aim down sight time. So those are two excellent improvements. The 30 round mag, in my opinion, is a hit or miss attachment. Definitely something I'm going to recommend in Warzone, but definitely something I would recommend in multiplayer because those two stats alone, 5% master movement with 20% faster aim down sight time. You're not going to find any attachments in the gun that do that. The 5% faster movement speed is going to take you from LMG level to the fastest moving assault rifle in all of Modern Warfare. So definitely an excellent attachment. Definitely going to stack well with these other weapons. And then on the screen now, you guys will be able to see the no stock attachment. So with the no stock attachment, it basically gives it a 5% faster aim down sight time, about 0.5% faster movement. Kind of really won't notice, but the no stock will obviously make your recoil pattern a little bit worse. So this is definitely an excellent attachment. I always recommend the no stock attachment just because it gives you a little bit worse accuracy depending on what kind of weapon you use for a massive increase to your movement speed, which something like the GFUEL, which is very well mobility, is going to help out a lot. So that's basically everything they did in the buff. So a lot of you guys really aren't familiar with this weapon. So we talked about the base stats of the weapon and to kind of give you guys a little bit of breakdown on what makes this weapon good and bad. It has a 750 rounds per minute fire rate, which is kind of average, similar to the PKM, the GFUEL. The damage is identical to that of the M4, the GFUEL, the RAM, 28, 23, 18. Your range profile is going to be 45 meters and 65 meters. 65 meters, when you put into the assault rifle category, is the lowest as far as the second damage range off. But in that 45 meters is actually the best for the assault rifle category, which I'm going to be more comparing this to the assault rifles and the LMGs due to the recent buff they did to it. On the screen now, I'm going to be showcasing the time to kill versus the M4 and the GFUEL and up to what range. This gun is definitely very, very competitive with these two weapons. With the best overall class setup on there, you guys are probably going to be able to definitely really enjoy this weapon. The recoil buff is probably my favorite part of it. Yes, live mobility. You guys probably see a lot of my class, so I recommend the mobility class setup the most. But improving a weapon's recoil, kind of like what they did to the SCAR and the M13, is what makes a gun good or bad. So this is definitely an excellent improvement. So talking about the best overall class setup for it. Number one, for Warzone, you guys probably want to know, I definitely 100% recommend the 100 round mag. We're going to be stacking all these attachments together. The Ranger foregrip is the best foregrip to use on this weapon. I tried the Ranger, I tried the Commando. You guys will be able to see on the screen now the Ranger versus the Commando foregrip and the recoil pattern. The Ranger 100% is the best attachment to use on this weapon because all of your attachments are going to improve your aim down sight time and your strafe speed, which the Ranger negates that. So they kind of, balance each other out a little bit. So have that Ranger foregrip with the Spitfire barrel, with the monolith suppressor, with the no stock attachment, and we're going to be running the 100 round mag. This is going to be the best class setup for Warzone. The biggest thing to note here on this class setup is you have a 100% movement speed. There's no AR in the game besides the GFUEL that can match that. So 100% movement speed is faster than every single gun in the game besides pistols, which is what makes this gun unique. The movement speed is about 8% faster than normal, so it's definitely an excellent improvement. Your aim down sight time is about 317 milliseconds, which is for an assault rifle with the best class, but it's pretty much average. But your aim down sight time is always about 20% faster, so you're getting a massive increase in mobility. You guys will be able to see on the screen now the overall recoil pattern of it is definitely pretty good. And then as far as the difference, obviously going from multiplayer to Warzone, the only difference I recommend is running the 30 round mag. You're basically going to be getting a 105% movement speed. Absolutely incredible. Can't even try and describe to you what a LMG AR hybrid with 105% movement speed does. Your aim down sight time is going to be about 267 milliseconds, which is absolutely incredible. You're going to be getting a 33% faster aim down sight time, which is absolutely incredible. Your mobility is insane. Your movement speed is about 12.5% faster, which I have yet to find a gun that can get a 12% faster movement speed, which is what makes this gun incredible. Your sprint out is going to be faster. You're only going to be getting 10% worse range. Same recoil pattern as the other class, but it's actually pretty well controllable. The biggest difference on the class setup you guys want to recommend most is the one thing I would recommend keeping on there the most is going to be the no stock attachment. If you take out the Spitfire barrel, end up putting like the no stock with the red dot's definitely going to help your recoil pattern the most. I definitely would recommend the red dot for you guys. It's definitely going to be an excellent attachment. So that's basically it for the best class setup. It's definitely incredible how this weapon can go from LMG to pistol movement speed, which is absolutely ridiculous to me, but this is a very unique weapon. As far as where I rank it in my top guns, I definitely think it's up there. Definitely not in the top 10, but probably 11 or 12. If I had to find, I could probably name 10 guns better than it, but it's definitely up there, very, very good. I definitely think it's an excellent gun. As far as, what makes it unique, it's so unique that it doesn't compare to any other weapon, obviously besides the M4 and the GFUEL and the Ram 7, but it outclasses them in mobility by a long shot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Make sure you guys use code Trapgod on SCUF controllers. And if you guys didn't know, my GFUEL code is 30% off right now. So if you guys want to go cop yourself some GFUEL, make sure you guys use code Trapgod. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.